Here's what's coming up for me today: healing, healing, and all the different manifestations that and forms that healing take. So uh, I've had the symptom or the pattern of high blood pressure since I got pregnant. It would kind of spike though, it wouldn't be constantly high. And then after my separation, I felt like I was having a heart attack, which very well may have also been a panic attack. But I remember at the time my employer said, come with me. We went to like CVS to sit in like the blood pressure testing, and my blood pressure was like, very high triple digits on the bottom, super high. And since then, I have been on a low dose, but I needed this low dose I use Valsartan, right? So that's a blood pressure medication. And I would, at some points I was really stringent with my diet and exercise. I felt amazing. My goal has always been to be pharma free, medication free. So I'd wean myself off. And then slowly in 48 hours, my blood pressure would rise, 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 rise. And this is a pattern I couldn't shift myself. And then I went to a practitioner who gave me, I did have cancer of the lymph. So he really felt that it was inflammation, not just literally my heart. We did some scans, some biometric scans, so we could kind of find out what we were dealing with. And it was that my heart wouldn't relax. And in healing, there is always largely an emotional or a component that is part of your generational wound. You are carrying something. So it used to be that, you could call it genetics. I inherited this from my parents. Well, that may be. In addition, you've also inherited the pattern that manifests in these certain symptoms. So I had the pattern that I had either inherited or even taught myself, that my heart is under attack and it needs to be protected, and it needs to work extra hard to get what it needs. So in order for someone to love me, I need to display or perform. And so my heart needs to beat really hard so she's trying. And if you don't think those things are connected at all, I would disagree with you strongly. And here's how I know. So in the 7 years which is the year of my separation, where I have really been diligently trying all different methods, some more intense and some I'm following through with more and some less, to rid myself of the need of this medication and really stabilize my blood pressure. What has allowed me to do that is a new modality that I actually mentioned last night that I am going to be talking more about. But before I go into what that is and what it does, and the side effect was lowering my blood pressure, it was the discovery and awareness that I don't need to protect my heart, and that I can be loved for exactly who I am without glitter and spangles and performance. And only then, when I truly accepted that, and listen, I don't stay there all the time, but I mostly live there now. I've moved my things in. It's more than a drawer. And because that's where I find myself, the pattern of my blood pressure has changed. Has the modality I'm using helped me shift it? Not a question, because it works with the quantum field. And my issue was not a physical issue. It was a pattern that I was holding in the field. And in my case, it was the emotional field. It was a generational wound. And just to put an aside in here too, if you think this is total garbage and you're talking yourself into that, okay, let's go with that for a second. Let's say that this piece of equipment is a placebo, and it's allowing my mind to be shifted into this place where I am spontaneously healing. You know what? I'll take it. That's absolutely fine for me. If this becomes the conduit to which your mind is prepared to open yourself up to a new paradigm of health, That is perfectly okay to me because the outcome is not just a clear awareness and an expanded consciousness. It is literally a lower blood pressure on the machine. The numbers don't lie. So I am perfectly fine with someone, being a little skeptical of quantum healing because it is not, here's your symptom, and then you take a pill and it's suppressed and the symptom seems like it's gone. It is a process. It takes some time. I came off my blood pressure medication too soon. When I first saw the drop, I was all excited, and then it went back up. Nope, that's not the way I was supposed to do it. I tapered off. I was very careful, and I'm still not totally free, but I am taking my medication half dose every other day until such case that my pressure is completely fine. And I will keep that going for as long as I need to because I'm shifting a lifelong pattern. And that takes time. But I guess what I really want to relay to you and what's come up for me so strongly is I invited and allowed the possibility of healing. I knew that my blood pressure wasn't simply that my vesicles are so tight. I knew that it was more than that because we are more than just a symptom. Our patterns are tied in with all of who we are right here now in this body, in this life. And if you're someone who wants to wake up and become aware, you are now saddled with the responsibility of healing the generational wound, both backwards and forward. It's a heavy responsibility. I don't mean for that to sound flip. It's not easy. But the healing that you will get if you are open to the possibility of healing and understanding that it's a process and understanding that you have to put your effort into it. It's not you go to your practitioner and you say, fix me. That's not how this works. You have to go open-minded and you have to go understanding that the possibility is that I actually could get off medication. And that is what is occurring for me. So what I invite you to look at today is how do you view healing? Are you open to the possibility of healing the patterns that you carry that are both yours and their generational pieces? And I'm telling you, you're going to feel some resistance. I do. I still feel resistance, but I'm more committed to the possibility and remaining open to, oh my gosh, my numbers are actually shifting than I am with this will never work. I know what I already have. Why not look at something new? It's scary, but it is exciting and rewarding. So that's what I query you on today. And I will see you tomorrow.